in the stream I just didn't get a notification for, just thanks Twitch. Alright. Just wind up the HDMI cable. I'll say wind up, and just get it together.
It's dangerous to run around here, boys.
Grandpa, hurry! Hurry Grandpa, you're too slow.
Shit. That should be everything in order. Hello, my son. Oh, you're washing yourself. Ugh. My hand is not wet. I should, before I proceed, change my details on Switch. Thing. I had to keep like pause to go feed kitty cat because he just got up off the bed there for a bit, right there. We'll see if he comes back and squeaks at me. Actually, didn't eat everything in his bowl last time I put food out. I'm gonna take a wee nibble of it, then went to sleep. So he should probably be fine.
Previously during the investigation.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest Kaysen.
Thomas, did you see Nick here?
No, it's still this one.
No. When I got here, he was already like this.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
Oh, yeah, for instance, they're like, oh shit, it's Nick, but the investigation hasn't concluded that one way or the other. Not even slightly, he's just being weird with Diana. This is actually a pretty late dinner time. It's like 9:15. Well, I guess if you're sick, like, appetite's all at the left. So see you in a bit. Alright. Right, we were breaking into the thing. That's right. We came in here. We did the front hall, and then it's just like, alright, it's late enough. I'll tag it. Only intended to stream as late as like, I don't know, 11:30, midnight. Yeah. I don't have anything to, you know, I don't have to get up for work or anything because I'm off for Christmas now. So that's good. Locked here just as it is in the real world. We find it curious that it actually kept this golf club spawn from an enemy drop in place. Please, free me. Didn't despawn it. That's an interesting bit of like permanence to its item spawns. Anyway, last we left off, got in here, turned around, I was like, fuck it, let's just go. Maybe I could have picked that up because I think I used one last stream and didn't replace it. I think. They're very fastidious, these red vine guardrails.
Bullseye. Great.
Quick, your stack.
Bullseye.
Oh, you need more headshots.
Amazing.
Shit for the magnet and everything else. Can't do that for like another chapter or two.
Yes. Bullseye.
Great.
Yay. An interesting message. Probably shouldn't try to get in here. Like, he knows there's something particularly horrible on the other side, or that the attempt to break in would bring the wrath down upon him.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Amazing. Nice shot. Amazing.
Well, we should be able to take that, actually. We spent one at some point by breaking shit. Yeah. No goodies in any of these. So let's just circle back around. Last day for this year. I finished my experimental physics assignment and finished correcting all the protocols from my job before Christmas so that I don't need to think about it for the rest of the holiday. I would recommend it. It would be optimal. it's good just having a big long block of days where I can just be a piece of shit and not have to worry about work or getting up or, you know, having to actually do things that are productive beyond my own interests.
What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined. I'm impressed. No! Don't! I'm not gonna stop!
I don't care what he's doing there, the rest of it's pretty clear cut. I think this is like one of the most straightforward profiling ones. I'll say that, some of the other ones are actually fairly straightforward because they're pretty much pretty clear what they mean and are doing.
Yes. Amazing.
Alright. But yeah, no. Needed. Well, you probably need it more than me with your university working on is the extended Christmas break. Just everything done, just go collapse and be a piece of shit for a bit, like. Well earned, I'm sure. This is the part where the pistol starts showing its...
Yes. Bullseye.
I feel like by now I should have the shotgun. I feel like I should be able to pick it up somewhere by this point. I could be remembering that wrong.
Bullseye. Bullseye.
Oh, I had hold that button. Hello.
Amazing. Nice shot.
Compulsive reloading. This is just how I am.
Bullseye. Amazing.
I use the submachine gun, but well, it shoots a lot more rapidly. Oh dear, nothing to say. Well, it does have something to say. The sudden scary music. The haunting horrors. Have you just been only listening in and just off and away, have you? The Girls Frontline event has gotten very serious all of a sudden. Faster. Stand up faster.
Yes.
Ah, you fucker. Yep.
Amazing. Great. Amazing.
I'm lightly injured. I might as well use one. It's not all
Amazing.
It's the
Amazing.
shoulder button.
Bullseye.
Forgive me, I've been playing Death Stranding very
Great.
catching
Bullseye.
back up to where I'm meant to be in it for the past 2-3
Great.
days.
Nice shot.
Music suddenly got more intense. It probably just volume probably just picked up more than anything. My God. Coming up a lot, this.
You? What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined. I'm impressed. No! Don't! I'm not gonna stop!
Why that you should have the same bloodstains all over the fucking hallway, but then we did this immediately. We couldn't get in the front hallway, we just went in the hell with it immediately. Not being very subtle about this, is he? The doorway to hell opens. Well, nothing better to do. I don't think there's any items in any of these. Hell, it might be. Might as well check like through them. Oh, when I walked away, I guess, so it didn't stay. Oh no, I stepped on the track, that was it. Interesting way of doing things. 2/3 of my 6 followers didn't click on the notification. One is you and one is the other guy I know. It means Noct and the art streamer sometimes watch. Should have watched at least for a bit. I mean, maybe. You never know what Noct. At least until they appear. I don't think this is the Hell Horde corridor yet. Oh, it is another fight with the Gits. Two-third did click on the notification. Ah, okay. That would make more sense, yes. casually dodge the hell ball. Being concerned I walked too close to it there, but now we're good. Fuck me. I could have sworn that was on. You think I'd stop shooting after the noise stops happening, but I just like to try my luck. Alright. Oh no, it's the shadow ball. I'll put the death crier got a pile of money for it. I'm pretty sure I had the shotgun by this point. On these runs, there we go. I feel, I mean, these come up later, so I was probably just using the shotgun on a later one. I don't know, it annoys me. Oh, it's this. No, I don't think this is Hell Corridor. It's like corridor. Not like corridor. Oh. Why that not procured? We're still figuring this one. That was on it. I mean, they do a really good job of making the way it moves all very perturbing and everything. They did a really good job of that. Like, you can tell the work went in. It's just... You will see this one a lot. So at their point, you can't lose respect for the work that went into it, because it's just kind of like, well, fighting this for genuinely the 7th time. And this time around, I'll have better weapons. I'll say that, but I had better weapons on the PS3 one. My own PS3 one. The old channel one. That's it. Hello. Oh, you're just trying to get into your box, are you? Go on. There's a little box, I don't know what it's from, but he's quite taken with it. I'm kinda curious, I never actually checked the like stats for who clicks on the notification or whatever. I would imagine it probably, like, it would be low automatically anyway. But I imagine you two are either already on Twitch, so you just see it come, like, just see me come live or whatever. No, this is Hell Corridor. Alright. This is actually sooner than I thought it was. I did definitely have the shotgun by this point. So I missed the shotgun somewhere, I don't remember or realize where. You can just buy it from the gun shop any point after it unlocks, but, you know, any point after you're meant to have it, that is. You can get something better anyway, but, you know, it's a matter of pride. Hello. Hello, Hammer. Yeah, this is the second time in the last 5 minutes where this is the Hell Corridor where you have to fight just this thing over and over again several times. It's called the Hell Corridor just because there's a lot of them. And you want to know the fucked thing? Like, in the PS3 release, they cut it down to only 2 fights and they reduced the amount of health they have. I feel like in this Switch version they haven't cut down the amount of fights, it seems like, but they have reduced the amount of health it has. I'm pretty sure, because they're dying a lot faster than I remember. You could also just be on a better shot than last time. Come on. There we go. Hey, finished the wonderful 101 yesterday. Hey, how did you like the ending? Like the entire final boss sequence? I always love asking, like, without specifics, in case Emily ever wants to play or anything, or anyone else watching hasn't. But it was great. I love that whole fucking sequence. It's so good. Alright.
Yes. Nice shot. Nice shot. Amazing. Bullseye.
Also, tell me that it's not the greatest QuickTime event in all of video games. I say QuickTime event. The greatest is like, you know what I mean, like pressing a button during a cutscene thing to make a thing happen. Like that sort of QuickTime event thing. That was not the greatest ever. Probably is, sadly. You know, just come on, lads. Just Nintendo give like, well, when Platinum get time to do it as well, because they seem to be very busy as ever. Like, just give us a fucking remaster. Yeah, the neat thing is, you can unlock the drill for like standard play to use it and all, so it's not used in the plot, but you can get it and just use it for level reruns and shit. There are a bunch of like unlockable special ones after you beat the game as well. Some of them are just like modifications on regular forms and some are unique forms, which is pretty nice. I forget all the unlock requirements. I think a lot of them are just like beat X amount of the is it Kakurega? Like the little special battle arenas. Either get high ranks or like beat X number of them and you should be good. Hello. Yeah, a lot of the unlock characters are actually really fun. There's no, like, all-powerful, like, really destroyer one. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? To be honest, I feel like that kind of applies to a lot of the escape sequence bits. I feel like it's just kind of a bit like, oh, fuck me, come on. I remember the first time I ever did the first sort of ones like that, I was kind of like, oh. Basically, anything that puts like the boomerang is OP attack. The boomerang is quite powerful. Mostly because it's like, it does good damage and it's like, you know, hits very rapidly. I don't know if I'd call it OP, but it is quite handy. But Naginata is also actually really good. Just wanting talking about Wonderful 101 makes me want my Switch remaster soon. If Nintendo are doing like their direct like in January and it's not there, I'm gonna start like fucking vibrating until they announce it at E3. Mostly camera shit. I would agree for certain sequences. I'd say like for, at least for me, standard gameplay, the camera actually works quite fine. I actually really like the standard gameplay camera, but for a lot of stuff like the run away from monster like stomping on platforms or whatever, or like the timed or under pressure platform sequence shit, it's like, yeah, no, this is not fit for that purpose. And I wonder, like, I feel like they probably could have gotten away with like changing camera angle completely to a more standard one for those. And it would have worked fine with the same control scheme. Maybe, you know, a bit higher than usual. Just so, a bit higher than usual, just so, you know, you can see over the big pile of bodies. running around behind you. Yeah, someone rated in Alucard as 790 rated during Girls Frontline. Kind of them. Last double turtle fight, you're supposed to interact with one turtle and you technically focus on the other. Oh, I can feel that. I can feel that pain. Because the turtles are fucking hell if you're not bothering one and doing the other. I'm telling you, man, the key to becoming affiliate at last is Girls Frontline event streams. And then I will be the one with the bits. Except Hammer, ironically. I mean, at least the Hammer is meant to be like a very, you're only meant to ever use the Hammer for like very, very specific enemies in very specific circumstances. It's very, like, it's not just the turtle stuff, like the big crabs and all that will have like windows where they just can't reach you, or areas that can't reach you very quickly. So you can just stand there and just wind up big hammer blows. The other main use is using multi-morph and just like shitting out multi-morph hammers to like do AoEs and stuns. And you know, as you do that,
Morgan, where are you? Answer me! Come on, open up!
like, you know, you do multi-morph hammers with like stun shit or hit stuff, and then, oh god, did you forget about multi-morphs? Oh, that's tragic, because stuff like multi-morph hammer and multi-morph,
Wait! She's still alive.
multi-morph, bomb are actually like really, really fucking good. Multi-morph bomb is especially super good. Because it just shits 3 bombs around, like 3 or 4 bombs, and like around you in an area, and creates like multiple bomb fields.
It's no good.
Like, it's really good.
Emily, stand back.
God damn me. Mighty muscles. Look at him hulk out. Jord calls upon his power.
There's not enough time.
George, catch us!
Yeah, that's the general idea. They all have their own situations and special tricks and shit. And it's for certain enemies that are specifically designed to fuck over. Look at him go. I don't know when you intend to use that instead of a sword, except for opening shit. So it's mostly like a matter of preference, and outside of ones where claws explicitly needed to break shit. But usually I would use claw, like, I would usually use like claw just to like rack up combos very, very quickly for score more than anything.
Thomas!
Also, like,
Call an ambulance!
What?
claw has, you know, like the fucking ice wave shit, which is actually good for catching
Agent
distant
York,
enemies.
George, are you
Fucking little
okay?
shit.
Yes. I think I'm too old to be an acrobat, though.
But yeah, like,
Diane looks okay too.
Fist is, I'm not surprised Fist is the most
She should be
used.
able to tell us who did
Gun is another one where you either want to multi-morph or it's used for very specific
Look at
circumstances.
you, George. Quite a catch. I'm impressed.
Because, multi-morph gun, it just like shoots
George?
bullets around you in a circle, like very rapidly, so it's very great for like just hitting everything around you suddenly.
Diane.
I'm here. A beautiful beast. The witchy one who fear art in many directions. Combinating in sharp voices, slide away into nothingness.
Yeah, George's face is pretty much how you feel looking at this.
All who clear. Every woman will find herself about being penetrated by those sharp voices. This piece is most unimaginable companion. And yet, this is far more than a wooden piece of art. It is a piece of masterpiece by our mechanical themselves. Come closer. Begging please.
Oh, lady, please. Oh, whoops.
Diane! Stop right there, Nick. You're
She's
under
spitting
arrest
out
for the
blood
attempted
and
murder
red
of Diane
seeds.
Ames.
'Cause if you can't tell, her tongue has also been cut out as usual.
Don't touch me!
Well, I'm pretty sure this is probable cause for murder.
Diane, no! Move!
Emily, hurry!
You didn't see that one coming. Could have moved a bit faster there, York. Rigor Mortis is a bitch. Rigor Mortis is a bitch. I was waiting to see who would say it first. I honestly was expecting a Mamley to say it first.
Thomas, we'll need a body bag too.
Imagine being Thomas. You run away, you call for help on the police car radio, you come back in, and just suddenly the perp is dead, everyone's fucking covered in blood and screaming.
Nick, quiet.
Can you hear that?
Hmm? I think he wants us to follow him. Shall we follow, Zach?
I hope your heads are perfectly fine after that fucking whiplash of music there. I love this game. Hello. Kitty cat's coming, he's pulling out a box. It's fine, you'll just chill out with the magical Dalmatian. Once it decides where it wants to go. Wait for the next routine to load in there. Come on. What's the texturing going on for this dog? Like the dog's spine and ribs. It's weirdly prominent. Yes, it seems Kitty Cat has either eaten all his food and is still hungry, or he just, I don't know, wants lights on or to be scooped up or something because he's attacking a box for attention. So, you know what? Problem is, it's nice to scratch the box, and I don't want to react to him having scratched the box, because if I do, he will, like, keep doing it because it's like, oh, this is the thing that will get attention. It's fucking cats and their behaviors, man. Done this before, because even at the end of the stream I felt like I still wasn't quite used to English since I haven't had a longer conversation for almost 8 years. It's weird for everyone to get their assigned points. Yeah, I figured. I realized halfway through it. Unless it's just investigate. Yeah, it is. I forgot there's not an art proc for this. Despite him walking all the way up to the dresser drawers of complete purpose, he does not actually have anything for you.
Willie, are you out there?
Jason, what are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
Jason, stand away from the door.
He says, shooting in the middle of the sentence. Just how little he cares.
Where's Diane? And what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know.
Sex
private
dungeon.
reasons. I don't really have to tell you.
Locked him in the sex dungeon.
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. And you need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well, I just came here to talk with Diane. To have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
I do love York in these scenes. He's just fucking, like, top tier.
I came here to be with Diane. You happy now? We've been together before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back here. I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out.
Big family-friendly kissing. Piece of shit out.
Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside? 2 hours ago, me and Diane, we were taking it easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up.
I'm just trying to
Well,
contain
then Diane had a sudden change
myself from
She
making
locked me up in here.
fat bastard hentai jokes.
I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just passed by. Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window.
You had the dog with you in the sex dungeon.
Then you showed up instead of Diane.
Zach, Diane has become the third victim of our killer. And nada from questioning Nick. Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. In shock, the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art. But he also had a problem with her views about men. He says that they argued, but not at a level that would lead to a
Views about
murder.
men.
They were about to head out to the bar again together. But while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect. But that door was locked from the outside. There was no other way in or out of that room.
Except for the apparent
Which
window. I
means
know
there
he's
is
a
no
big guy,
evidence of
but
his
still.
involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's boots. And Nick was wearing boots. But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement. Which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen
No
go free.
worries.
That seemed like the only option, at least for now. One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed. I guess this case is really getting to him. He's feeling
York's
responsible for
observing.
the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him? I wonder what's left. Well, of course, he'd still have muscle.
Anyway, first chance I get, I'm gonna pause and then go see about feeding Luigi, because he's hovering here and staring at me in the way it says "come feed me," as that's how he prefers to do it instead of meowing or anything. He's not one for meowing in general, really.
Zach, let's get back to the hotel. First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
The main thing, you say that, it's only been 3 minutes. The main thing is that
Can't we just do it here?
the way I could tell he wanted it was
Possible,
like,
I'd like to go to a bar.
he plucked the box.
Of course, you don't really have to.
And when he, like, him plucking the box is
that
like the
sounds like a
biggest
good
sign.
idea.
That's like right off is like, okay, he wants me to go feed him, but the thing is, I don't want him plucking boxes.
Turn
So-
around and head back to the hotel.
Let's go for a drink. I don't want him plucking the boxes, because that's bad. But so if I react then it agrees him to pluck the box.
George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you?
I don't know what to say.
It's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard.
Run.
I used to climb it a lot
right back.
and fall
So
out of it.
enjoy it. I'm gonna go feed him now, because I'm pretty sure you can't pause cutscenes in this.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
I'm sorry, George.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims. I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me. Hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Please, Mama. I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama. I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words used to make me shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work. York. I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I? And if it weren't for me, both Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink, but I guess this bar is my confession chamber, and I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
One sec.
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too. We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
I'm busy, gotta go.
Alright, back. Pardon me. If he PM'd you the nickname and number, Hammer, can you send it to me on Discord so I can then add him? I mean, it's no Final Fantasy VI opera scene, but has a charm all of its own. Sort of. Even for a certain definition of charm. Downstairs, actually. Just noticed a plate on my desk. You can post it yourself. Well, it's now immortalized in the mod. Yeah, that's. I might as well use that while I'm at it. Where am I? Alright. Oh, that's a request sent. That should work, I would hope. Oh, my YouTube
Sorry to
viewers.
keep you waiting, boys.
Zack, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
I feel like she's madly overdressed for.
I just thought the more the merrier.
What is like this
Relax
kind of
and get loose.
a drowsy bar in the
No, of
countryside
course
town on a regular night where they're used to drinking away their miseries.
But I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
Like trees. And punishment. And my dear mother. Hey. It worked.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past.
I do like the outsider perspective that York has on everyone in here. It's the kind of thing where, because I'm not really doing a lot of the side quests.
He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school.
I'm not doing a lot of the
But
side
I
quests.
never really considered him my type. And there's the age gap thing, too.
I
respect
did
him,
not
of course.
know.
I wouldn't have taken the job.
Is there a thing on about it, or?
So, did you move to this town alone?
I mean, if it's on sale or whatever,
Of course not.
hopefully it
I
will
came
last
with
till
my
like
parents.
Friday when I get paid.
Tell me about
There
them then.
was. Oh, well, shit.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at
It's
home
for you
when
for
I
the
was a
first
kid,
2 days.
Always
Okay.
working. Those pieces of paper
Well,
were far
fuck.
more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him.
Yeah, one thing that the
My
Premonition
mother?
does really well, they haven't
Totally
shown
different
too
story.
much, in part because, like,
Wonderful person that I
I want to
still
be some
respect.
incentive to play the game on people.
She was
And
always
also
kind and
because, like, it
understanding.
requires
Not only that, but she would
being
always help me
fairly
to find my
studious
way.
and more or less following a
She
guide
could
to
be
get all the
fierce,
times
too,
and all.
scolding me if I took a wrong step.
You bought it 10
We had our
days
battles,
before it went
sure,
free.
but
Ah,
all in all,
oh, that
she was
sucks.
a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's
That's
gone now. Cancer, just before
miserable.
I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I
Oh,
go.
well, that's pretty sick.
It's what I
If
treasure
they give you
most.
they give you a refund for that, no, that's pretty rad. Of them.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
It's a surprising bit of customer than one you deserve after all that shit with Link's Awakening. Standard practice. Fucking hell. Good on them. Good old games are just just good in general. That's really nice. Galaxy of Turtle.
I had a good time tonight.
You
Good
don't have an
night.
umbrella?
See you tomorrow.
York.
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
I've heard good things about CD Projekt being very good to the customers. No, I've seen firsthand like their DLC policies and all the rest of it. Alright. No, chapter 13 now. Which is not a chapter we can do a thing in, so we're gonna have to just wait anyway. I'll have to stuff up fucking donut or a pie in my face. Oh, you will not survive the night. I mean, yeah, I've heard that like Witcher 3 in particular was subject to some pretty severe crunch, which is fucking tragic, just entirely. And I would hope that's a thing that's changing, but knowing the games industry, that sadly won't happen. It is, they've not said much, like, as a company about the crunch thing. I think they put out some statements saying, oh, you know, like, initially tried to defend it as, like, oh, passion and all the rest
Let's
of it.
focus on the case at hand. The murders with the red seeds.
Yeah.
Officially, the Bureau has not made a statement about these seeds. Some even claim that they are
It's
irrelevant
the
to the
usual, and
killings.
they've more or less stayed
But after
silent
the
about it.
red
We don't
seeds
know
were
anything
found
about how
in Boston
Cyberpunk's
homes,
development's going, for instance.
I've been unable to get them out of my head. I've even gone through all of the files looking for similar cases, and we found 7 other homicides related to the seeds. The victims were all young girls, and they were killed in 8 different states. They arrested all 7 murderers, but there was no connection between them. However, we must not overlook there was one thing linking the cases together, and that's the red seeds.
And I have a hunch this case here in Greenvale is going to lead us to the truth about those seeds. Don't you think so, Zach?
Well, let's just do what we can do, do our best. By doing our best, I'm sure we'll get to where we need to go.
This is something I'm curious about with Deadly Premonition 2, because it seems like one, like the game is essentially because there's two protagonists, like York and a new woman. It seems like it will bounce between them, and I vaguely remember something about suggesting that like they're set in different times, so we might see bits of York's earlier investigations into the Red Seeds. Who knows, really? But the interesting things it could do. Really, I just want to reiterate my call for like a Deadly, you know, just the case files of Francis York and Morgan game, where you just go over everything, like his past career and various cases and criminals he's got. The off-reference Catwoman one would be a good one to finish on, even. And then with him getting the scar. Honestly, like every bit of news out of America in general, but like most things, just makes me angry. Like, you know, like UK is no peach or anything. We got concerning problems of our own ever growing, and of course, but like even in comparison, like America is a special shithole. Like we even like UK is nowhere near that bad for stuff like jobs and all. Like the way employees are treated. Like unions are like, you know, established facets and everything. Like they don't. There's no fucking about with them. There's no like, oh screw you, go to hell. Like you do. Like we can just fire anyone who even vaguely looks like they want basic employee rights. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is. I want a mechanical keyboard that is just a typewriter. There's something about like the aesthetic and like noise and everything of a typewriter that I just really like. A typewriter brand
Let's go
typewriter.
over our progress. From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
I forget what it was here. It was probably like right after the crime, yeah.
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was somewhere near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
It was Harry, that capitalist asshole.
Right. Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to...
Just has to include that little step in notes.
Casey's
Willie,
statement
good
came
dog.
out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
Footsteps of boots.
That's it. The sound of boots passing
I
by.
didn't look at it properly, but I'm
Nick
pretty
was wearing
sure
boots
the
that day.
gunshot one
Which
has the
means it
muzzle
was
flash
likely that
not
Diane
coming
met
out
with
of the
Nick in her
barrel,
room.
but coming out of like a
Nick said he argued verbally
attachment
with
or
Diane about her playing
underbarrel
around with
thing.
men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
I do like this bit. It's like there's no amount of... There's no time there or anything, and just also the expressions. But, no, and that's not
Me
just
too.
because I know.
Asha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession.
I think the first time when I answered, I don't
upside
know.
down peace sign.
And I forget what he said to that exactly, but he basically goes into the
I
same
hope the
spiel.
coffee will give us more
But I
guidance
don't
tomorrow.
think it is.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
I mean, it's not like with the way like supernatural stuff is. Like that's actually like a fair guess and all.
Emily?
Hello.
What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind
It's
woman.
York's turn.
She always smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day.
Second World War, everything in Germany is kind of
She'd say that I
stale.
needed
They're
the sugar
heavily
because I
built,
spent so much time
buildings, but
thinking.
also political system. Through the 50s, there was this TV show
My
with a
father
German
was
reporter who
always
had just
quiet.
traveled through the
When he
US and
talked,
reported how
she was a
amazing a
federal
modern
agent,
country was.
just like me.
Showed people how the
And
gas
he was
stations
hardly
everywhere,
ever
and I find it now funny that it feels the exact opposite way.
The only words he ever had for me were harsh
Dang, I
ones.
hear anything about the US feels like I fell through
had a
either a
vivid
time world back to the
imagination
60s.
I
I feel
remember
the
he
same
once
way,
said this to me.
because especially with like
There are plenty of crazy things in this
American
world.
conservatives and shit, they will like still rant about like, oh, the communists are the
It's my
Maoists
job
and
to
shit.
make
It's like,
sense
wow,
out
you
of
just
it.
step out of the fucking 1920s,
One day
mate?
you'll understand.
The hell did you come from?
I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys.
I mean, it's
So
here
now I'm
things
doing
like
exactly
American
the same job as
standards
you.
in general. It's like, yeah, that sounds
Like
like
father,
a
like
worst
son.
time.
Can I ask you
Before like
something?
every people who were seeing wised up.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
But he needs a smoke for this.
Zach?
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Imagine my friend.
I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child.
Everyone's got problems. Absolutely not crazy.
I was 7.
York is a perfectly sane man. How dare you?
I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room.
He's completely
This wasn't
adjusted.
normal, so I headed in to see her.
I read somewhere
My
that the
father
US
was
president
there
that started
pointing
that
a
comedy
gun at
shit
my
was a
mother.
Democrat. That doesn't
So
surprise me
I closed my eyes,
at all. Like,
so I don't remember much.
honestly,
more.
like a lot of the times when you see like stuff Democrats do,
remember the
the
words my
Democrats have
father
done
said
in
to
like
me.
Parliament and all, it's like
At
Parliament?
times we must
In the president, the White
purge
House and all the
things
rest of
from
it.
this world because they should not exist.
Sorry, my own one came over there.
Even if it means
He
losing
usually
someone
is
that
like
you love.
they're better than the Republicans in modern times, but a lot like the further you
came
go
back to my
back, it's kind of like
senses,
wow,
they
they
were
really
both
aren't
dead.
any different, are they?
He shot my mother and
Yeah.
then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I remember hearing a
Don't
thing
worry
like,
about it.
if you go back far enough, like,
Zach's with
the
me.
party's positions basically
It
flip.
was around that time that
In
we
a sense,
became
like,
friends.
you know, go far
I'm
back
here.
enough, the Republicans were
with you,
progressives and the
he said.
Democrats weren't or some shit.
I'll be here
And this just
always.
kind of shows how, like, yeah, so
We
you
can get
can't
through
really
this together.
cite, as I've seen people often do, that fact
Quite
as a
aside
proof of,
from
like,
that,
oh, but you
too,
see the Democrats
seemed
are also
funny.
terrible. So kind of, well, that's
That
fucking
voice
ages
seemed to
ago,
make
mate.
me
What are they now?
Calmer.
You're not great, but better than the alternative by far.
Here we are, working together. Getting through
Cat
things.
nugget.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
Oh, York, it's fine. Keep going.
That's a sad story. But
And what Lever,
I don't
because
want
like
you to
50
take
years
this the
ago,
wrong
Lever
way,
did
but
some horrible shit. I mean,
I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
like 50 years ago, you're getting bordering on,
I know. I think maybe I became an
you're
agent
bordering
of
on
mine.
Margaret Thatcher territory, and yeah, no, that is the thing. Like, it's 50 years ago, none of the people responsible are around
yeah,
anymore. They're all
York,
fucking
I
dead.
forgot to thank you.
Thank?
Like 50 years ago,
For
like
what?
the current guy in charge,
You
like
saved my
Corbyn,
life.
was like fucking
If
out
you
there in
hadn't saved me at
student
the gallery,
university
I would've
protests
died
and
along
everything.
with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that.
I wasn't expecting you to gloat.
There might be a modest guy in you after all.
That's also
Finally,
true.
you
Like,
noticed?
it came out. There was like
Slow, aren't
like
you?
election data came out there, and apparently
Maybe
like
hopeless, but not useless.
Labour saw actually like spikes in like they have higher majorities of like votes coming from younger
Zach,
people in society,
do you think Emily got home safe?
and but they have like it's like some point
Anyway,
system
I
now,
thought
like
it
a
was more
minus
serious of a
44
situation
point
than I
deficit
thought.
with
you
the
remember?
Tory, like with the
Our conversation with Emily.
like 60 years old plus
It's really
demographic.
interesting.
Like basically old people fucking hate Labour.
I think
They
she's
seriously,
starting to have
like,
certain feelings for you.
Fucking hate the shit out of Labour and just more or less blindly
If that's
believe the
the
whole
case,
like evil
My
communist shit.
arrival is a
thing.
very serious situation.
It gets
indeed.
ridiculous.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight.
You really should.
Agreed.
That's kind of thing. Like party loyalty is a what the fuck thing, but that's kind of why like a lot of right wing parties manage to keep succeeding despite all their policies basically being "we make your life worse."
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please!
Oh, please.
Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas.
It's really not helping your case, Nick.
I know you're there. Come on, please. Thomas.
But yeah, like party loyalty is like very strong when people usually vote like right wing parties and shit. So that's kind of why they keep succeeding in spite of all the stupid shit they do. And it's kind of like alien and bizarre as a concept as is, like it works. This is the tragic part. Hot sauce. I do like that the final clear screen is a fight against one of these things. I know I keep saying it, but I do think that wasn't Hell Corridor, because I'm pretty sure it's one where you fight like fucking 5 of the thing, not just 3. Unless it was, and I'm just misremembering. However, it is edited from the 360 version still. One of the two, which I could believe. Previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty
useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
Tea break. Guess I'll trip through the mind.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well. Off you go, Mr.
Look carefully, boy. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love.
York did not have an easy life. Is that a clicking noise coming from my Pro controller?
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes. Thank you.
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital, investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
Do you see? Do you see?
It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R-Y. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit. Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here.
Extreme difference.
I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly.
SPD, Social
probably
Democrats,
will.
and FDP, the Liberals, CDU, CSU, Christian Democrats, or Christian Democrats, such a name, are more popular with old people, far less, bit more popular young. Greens are far more popular young, far right is popular middle-aged. Probably because the older people still live through the war as children. That makes sense, actually. That makes a surprising amount of sense. And it's interesting, that divide.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
I'll ask Polly. Can of tomato sauce. Not even soup, just tomato sauce. Just fucking chug that shit. It's fine.
Hey, am I still a suspect?
Yes.
No.
Okay, well, good. My wife and I have been living separately for over 3 years.
My wife.
Diane, she's a single
It's
woman.
interesting to me, like,
There shouldn't be a
older
problem.
people aren't so much with the far right, but middle-aged people are. That's
I feel
interesting.
so
right?
bad for Diane, though. Gosh. Did you find out who did it?
Generational
Can't discuss
rebellion, or just
Yes, of course. I understand. You
probably
don't
like
have
a
to
little
tell
curious
any of the
dip in
folks around
proximity?
town about me and Diane, do you?
No, I won't do that. But it's a small town. I'm sure the rumors have started already. Nothing to be ashamed of, right? What's there to worry about?
There is like a
Nothing in
click
particular.
on my Pro controller.
No, nothing at all.
I don't know
I'm
if
clean,
TFT rumble
as clean
activating
as the sheets in
by
this
accident
hotel.
or whatever, just rumble activating by accident, whatever. Or if this thing is being on the go.
What's with that look? We don't have a problem, right?
It looks like Kaysen is involved with another woman in town. We can only hope it isn't Emily.
Steady on there, York.
Oh, hi.
Alright, chapter 14. Yes, I think. Oh yeah, no, I looked it up. Cause, oh yeah, by the way, she's just selling 12-gauge shotgun shells. That's just at the front desk. Millionaires are the people who use the internet but didn't grow up with it, so it might be easier manipulated. Yep. Good bit of insight. That you're probably right in the money. But yeah, that makes sense actually. Bit of chocolate. Yeah, we've got too much crap. Figures. Let's go dump like the lower shit out. I mainly just bought them just for giggles, but I forgot like the inventory limit's a wee bit strict. I do believe this is the chapter where I can start getting the goods. I looked up the thing I was trying to do last time and I was wrong. I was thinking I have to go somewhere else and give money to someone else for a thing. But yes, we should keep all these. We should keep that. We should have stabilizers. We can get rid of those. Egg away. Pickles can go away. Right now, I can put the bait away. Alright, just strongly depends on Facebook propaganda. I'm pretty sure that's kind of true everywhere to at least an extent. There'll be a reckoning for Facebook one of these days, I swear to God. Or there should be, at least. Alright, just... Kitty Cat's doing something odd. He's just like... He's sleeping, but he's fucking... Oh, you know what it is? He's... His leg is twitching, but he's like half sitting on top of himself, so he's just kind of like shaking his butt in his sleep. Like, what's up, Bob? There was a moment a few weeks ago where he did the rubs, rubbing his arse on the carpet, which is like, oh, worms, so we got, worm medicine in him. He's been fine since. So just keeping an eye on him for little things like that. Get away too, fuck it. up on heftier shit. And I'm gonna go do a spot of side questing, but not side questing that deals with like character side stories. Side questing that gives us the good shit.
Oh, hi.
First, we're gonna get some food. Actually, hang on. We'll get the hefty shit first. Hot dog. I think you can only carry 2 hot dogs. Yeah. Believe we ate the cherry pie. I forgot, but yeah, because we can get 2 of those. She doesn't sell any country ham, sadly. So let's just get a block of cheese. And as much blocks, well not blocks, but like slices of cheese we can get. I was on a taxi on the way home from shopping after I got off work on Monday. The taxi driver was listening to some radio program where they had on a cheesemonger. I know the term monger for a lot of things. I wasn't aware cheesemonger was a specific one. Maybe fishmongers and other things, but not a cheesemonger. But he was there monging his cheese. He was like, they were talking about like having a cheese platter to eat with crackers for Christmas and how you should have it for late in the evening to, you know, when people are grazing after Christmas dinner, and also that blocks of cheese will do you steadily throughout the entire Christmas period. Getting her workout in.
York, I can't find Thomas. Was he here?
No, I haven't seen him. Have you tried the radio?
I've been trying, but he's not answering.
Damn it, Thomas.
What about Nick?
No problem with him. He's calmed down a little.
Oh well.
He's still saying he didn't do it. Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime during the night. He kept calling for him, but Thomas stopped responding. I'm a bit worried. George has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
I understand that things have been hard for Thomas, but surely he's just resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay. As far as I know, Thomas always calls in when he needs a day off.
We're human, and so we are limited. As far as you know, there haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
He did invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
Are you really an FBI agent? I think the FBI would take a more logical approach to investigation.
His approach is perfectly logical.
Emily, a serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic. That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
I yesterday saw an article written by some peak boomer on a big news website. The article seemed complaining about how too many young people carrying water bottles with them when they leave the house and they
I
constantly
really need to
drink
work on
from
my
them.
taste in men.
I had no idea what he's even getting mad about. This thing was just getting attention by annoying millennials. I'm pretty sure that's entirely the case. I'm pretty sure, like, after the first few, like, earnest, angry, like, millennials are killing this or that articles, they just, like, a lot of them are just not legitimate. They're just, like, genuinely people getting really pissed off and angry about the... Or not, sorry, like, people trying to, like, write articles to get, like, people pissed off and just, like, hate read and spread it around and go, like, look at this stupid shit. I've seen that as well, like, people are not, we're getting, I swear to God, we're inching closer to the point where boomer will be considered a slur at some point. There's already, like, reports of, like,
Zach, we've ended up with
people trying to, like, or the, you know, boomers trying to, like, make it so that it's an ageism thing or whatever, which is just, like, are you kidding?
Dive.
It did.
When's the last time I made a dive like that? Oh, I remember. Do you? It was in my late teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I like punk rock, but we like different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I like the more twisted ones, like the Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols.
Curious guy.
Wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the boomer stuff really rose as a response to, like, a lot of the really stupid, like, oh, they're killing the god industry sort of shit, or just old people just being stupid and terrible and saying stupid crap. But you know how it goes, like, it's never the fault of the people being stupid, it's always the ones responding to it. The young can do no right, and the old can do no wrong. And that's just how it goes, isn't it? Isn't until the old die out. And then the cycle begins anew from a new perspective. And we need to go to the milk barn. Which this is the house, that's the Keith's house, yeah. So milk barn is which of these establishments? There it is, just along the road. Got crap to buy. And we're going to go get the keys. We're also going to do some bumbling around in pursuit of certain items, which I'm pretty sure I can still do. You'll have seen them offhand if you've been paying attention to the map here and there. Don't park in the disabled parking. Bad manners. George, I thought you were looking for Thomas. Why are you at the milk barn?
Zach, did you want to go somewhere before we visit Harry?
Got a bit of work to do.
That's fine
York.
by me.
Car alarm of the car behind my cars went off for no apparent reason. Maybe an animal brushed it or something. Keith, Keith!
Hey, bro!
I tend to forget what we got. Here we go. We need a spiritual map of Greenville.
Hey man, the spot on the map is called Cope's Tunnel. It's one of a couple of places in town where, like, spooky stuff happens.
Spooky stuff?
I'll tell you a story, okay, man? But, don't go spreading it around. The spirits, they don't like publicity.
That's such a line.
Back when this place was a lumber kingdom, you know, the rockin' 80s, that tunnel was the main connection from the lumber yard to this town. Every day, huge trailers would, like, come in and out. Lots of traffic, dude. Of course, some people were, like, all up in arms. Save our nature, stop pollution, you know. Big business was pushing in here from all over the US of A. Everyone was bickering over the forest. So some of the town people got even more worked up, you know? They started a protest inside the tunnel itself. I guess maybe that was the start of all the bad times.
Bad times?
Oh yeah, man. Rough stuff and heavy times, man. The conservationists and the lumber workers faced off with each other. Neither side was backing down, and that made things worse. Amid all this chaos, there was a man and a woman who got engaged. Problem was that the man was a lumberjack and the woman, she was a tree hugger. They rarely ever fought, but then, one morning, they had a lover's quarrel. People think that her love of nature clashed with his profession. But we'll never know what they really were fighting about that morning. The man shouted. He called her an idiot. And then he stormed out and went to work. If only he had known, that would be the last word he would ever say to her. When he finished his work for the day, he got in his car and drove home. When he got to the tunnel, he saw lantern lights glowing faintly. Those fools, not again. He just thought they were protesting in the tunnel again. And to scare them a little, he decided to speed up. He probably thought they'd all scatter so he wouldn't hit them, but the lights didn't move. In fact, one came toward him. A second later, there was a thud, and the lantern flew up into the air. Slammed on his brakes, too late, of course. Then, totally freaked, climbed out to see what had happened. I don't need to tell you who he hit, do I? What's more, in her mangled hand, there was a letter to the head of the lumber mill. A peaceful settlement offer. The woman had no other relatives other than the man. And the lumber mill took no responsibility for the accident.
Damn it, Harry.
It was going out of business anyways.
What happened to the man then?
No one saw him again. Some say he killed himself, or simply just vanished. You know, he might still be in the tunnel, weeping over his lost love. So now, some folks say there's a ghost of a young man that haunts the tunnel. I told you it was called Cope's Tunnel, right? Well, check this out. Some people call it Corpse Tunnel now.
Damn.
You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
He tries, bless him. You can get this one in chapters 6 to 9. That's kind of nuts. This one's considerably more expensive, but also
Hey man,
very worth it.
This map shows a station along the abandoned extended lines track. Now that was a busy place back when the lumber trade was big. No one goes near it now, you know. It's like a train graveyard. On top of that, some folks say they've even seen ghosts there. I don't mean one or two ghosts, man. I mean like hundreds. Every now and then, a golden opportunity comes
Lumberjacks are the
along.
person who fight the
Like a
protesters.
chance to
Nothing
leave
the
home for a
police
while
and leadership of
and
the
earn a
company have
lot
to
of
do.
money.
I mean,
There were plenty of them at the end of
you know,
the
it was the
80s.
80s. The companies
lumber
didn't
mill was
bother to pay off the
severely
police back
short-handed,
then, so
they
they
called in a lot
left
of
it to the
outside
workers instead of expending
But
any
the
money.
place was failing, and indeed it died before most of the poor guys got
You know how
there.
America is.
So there was like a load
Before
of
they
labor
could,
workers
you know, big
that had
business
nowhere
decided
to
to
go.
buy the police out.
No place to work, no way to get back to where they came from. A fair amount of them decided to live on the train they had rode in on. I guess that must have been hard living on a train car that ain't moving.
What kept them in town?
Ah, now, the head of the lumber mill had been lying to them. Wait just a little longer, we'll have work for you soon, you know, that kind of thing. He was just a lying scumbag. No way to rock, man. But lies, they only last so long. With each day that passed, those unemployed guys got more angry. But then, something happened. And the timing for it was incredible. The rail car they were spending the night in just happened to catch fire, with all them inside it.
Incredible timing indeed.
Oh yeah, but the police couldn't find any evidence to pin it on anyone. They didn't have all those gadgets and stuff you guys got now. And the police were annoyed the unemployed guys were causing trouble. Nothing happened to the head of the lumber mill. It made the news as an accident. But the rumor says that a large number of those boys are still living in that train car, unaware that they're dead. You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
I cut down an old forest near for years, but there are a bunch of activists that started living permanently in the trees. My god. I mean, that's one way of doing it. Anyway, we got everything, you know, some exorcism to do. While I'm here. He otherwise just sells an assortment of food and weapons like Polly does. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same list, but he just has some extra like melee weapons. Like an ice axe. Never heard it called an ice axe, but you know. Just me. Anyway. Let's go. Luigi snoring. Alright. We now got these golden arrows on our map, which just point out the spook zones. I forget which is which. Oops. There's Cope's Tunnel. That's the one we want to go to first, if you already asked me. So, just follow that big long winding road, which leads to Fuckville. So the connector road is this one, really. Well, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just follow that. Then just left and into the tunnel. Cat snores are the funniest thing, I tell you. Sounds like he's just doing a little grunt every few seconds.
You know what? There was one band that we both liked. We went all the way to New York to see them play. Right, Zach? It took us hours to get to New York by bus. We got to the CBGB and we were so nervous we couldn't go inside.
It took us 30 minutes to gather enough courage to go inside. And inside, we were shocked. Right, Zach?
I'll never forget that feeling. It was like a blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg Bop. The Ramones. That song still makes me feel good. And that's a sign of a classic. But it's amazing I got in without being asked for ID. Those were the good old days. Rock and roll high school and Chinese rock. Sheena is a punk rocker and surfing bird. And I was so depressed when I heard the news of the deaths. Original punk is one of the greatest gifts left from the 20th century. Let's hope they're still rocking on wherever they are.
York the Wistful punk rocker is just such a thing. I love it. Anyway. It's throw out tunnels, so let's just go. I heard that they were quite rude. The police didn't really do anything except try to shoot them away by violence and someone poured out their shit buckets over the police. I guess that's one way of making people fuck off. To be fair, like, the police at least only just shooting them, not doing much else is a blessing. Considering that whenever you hear about police doing anything of the sort, it's American police killing people. Hello. He suddenly woke up and washed himself. Let's go. I got some ghosts to exercise. Yeah, anyway, combat arena.
Great.
There are like racing time trials and shit. You know, we got all the good little side quest types about. It's only natural we got a combat arena in here.
Yes.
Are just very incompetent, not cartoonishly evil. Our police are mostly just
great.
I don't just know so much that they're incompetent these days as they just don't do anything, but then Northern Ireland doesn't really have a police. Well, UK in general doesn't have a police budget because they totally keep going. But Northern Ireland doesn't have one because we don't have a functioning local government to actually give them one. Which will hopefully be fixed. Even if not, then we'll just hopefully as a country vote alliance in. Even though the cop was being attacked, they can get in trouble for defending themselves. That's nuts. Well, I say that's nuts. That's not nuts. Like, that's good that there is that level of scrutiny. I don't know if it should be, like, that level. Or not that level, you know what I mean? Like, not that, Are we missing something? We are. Yeah. It's a good level of scrutiny. It's just kind of like...
Nice shot. Nice shot.
I don't know, I feel like the UK's way of, like... police behavior is generally always, like, observed by, like, a board. And whenever any time... Like, in particular, like, there's any time the police here use guns, there's always, like, an investigation and tribunal into whether it was a fair use or not. Even in, like, you know... large-scale, like, terrorist attacks and stuff. And I feel like that's, like, a good way of doing it.
Bullseye.
I don't know if it should be, like, strict enough that there is a risk that they can, you know, get in trouble for defending themselves if there is like, an attack. Like, it doesn't matter, like, a level of, like appropriate skill should be applied, though.
Bullseye. Great.
You shouldn't just kill a guy because he slapped you.
Amazing. Great.
I don't know, I feel like our police force is, like, it's nowadays, is unwillingness to do a lot at present aside are, like, generally fine. But then I tend to have, like, admittedly a bit of pity for Northern Ireland's police force considering what they have to go through. Just can't hope more of these would drop bullets like that. I'll pocket that. Yes, it is a wee bit confusing, but it is always easy to just go through the door. Even though it's the same door you just came out of. Spooky ghosts, do you understand?
Amazing. 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 Yes. Yes. Bullseye. Nice shot. Amazing. Amazing.
For the novelty, I'm gonna pocket this.
Great. Bullseye.
Give me the shit. Kill ghosts, and then the universe gives you root beer. The system works. I can't have any more shovels.
Bullseye. Amazing.
Speaking of boys.
Great. Great. Amazing. Great. Nice shot. Amazing.
A shotgun or a fucking rocket launcher, goddamn.
Yes. Yes. Bullseye.
Change my OBS hotkeys to control plus a numpad. No gamer should use that. Famous last words.
Bullseye.
You'll find the one. The good old games port of Ultima 4 Good old games version of Ultima 4 maps various controls to control and numpad for players who shot me.
Yes.
You shot me.
Bullseye. Nice shot.
Anyway. You'll never need have to worry about shotgun ammo ever again. Is there someone still in here? I thought I heard. I'm guessing I just heard a ding of a guy dying. Or it's just ambient noise. Which it might be. Mission knife. Because we did get shot, I'm actually going to use a medium. We have so much shotgun ammo. The easiest way to tell is like, are you locked? You're not locked, so we're good to push on. Ambient noise. Confusing it with the monster growls. Like ghost cries. Anyway, it's time to claim your bloomin' onion. A submachine gun. God damn it. What did I pick up that covered my weapon shit? Oh, I picked up the knife. I already got rid of the knives. Fuck the knife. Because it's not displaying it properly because that was a curious glitch to have. There we go. You need never worry about submachine gun ammo ever again. God bless. It also has a constant on laser pointer for some reason. Oh, it went away. It's an infinite ammo submachine gun, yeah. 5 rooms of enemies and like $2,500 and just to drive to a spot. Infinite ammo submachine gun. Funny you should mention that, because if you remember, we did buy another map. The other one is the infinite shotgun, so don't you worry. We're gonna get ourselves fucking loaded. You can keep replaying it. It stays marked of a single golden arrow now because you've already beaten it. But you don't need to. Off we go. We're gonna go see about an infinite shotgun now. If I'm right, there is actually a third infinite gun we can get. But it will involve... yeah, it's the one I mentioned about like, collecting items. I'm pretty sure we can do that now.
So, Zach.
Oh, I guess must just stack the arrows up based on distance.
My first impression when we met her on that bridge is slightly different from what I think about her now. Don't you think she's pretty mesmerizing? And Zach, she seemed interested in you. Did you make a move on her? No, don't answer.
You are card
just
there.
asking. But if you like her, I won't stand in your way. But I'd like to hear the truth.
We're on the other side of the tunnel now. Right.
Because this kind of stuff could affect our friendship, you know. Me? I'm just interested in her, that's all. It isn't love or anything. From what I can tell, she doesn't even seem to like me. It's pretty clear from how she acts when she's around me.
You sure about that?
As you know, Zach, I'm cautious with women. It's because I was badly burned in my last relationship.
I really have no idea what women are thinking. That's my
I
problem.
mean, I don't have a driver's
You're
license for
pretty
a reason. So.
friendly with the ladies, aren't you, Zach?
Maybe you should teach me about how to interact with women.
Well, you go up to them and you press the A button. And that's about all I've worked out. It's an old trick, but it gets me work. Where is... Sheriff's Department? That's... There's the other part of town. We need to get up to this one. Or not this one. Where the hell is the fucking gas station? It must be down then. There's the shithole we need to go to. But where is the gas station? We need gas. I guess we could just steal the police jeep at the police station, thinking about it. And let them worry about refueling. It's all the way down there. Where are we? Say all the way down there, but it's just over that way. We could let's just stop at the police station. Grab. So the steam call is good. Hammer said the visual quality was good and the bits that I checked were perfectly fine. Audio was a little low, as Hammer mentioned earlier. Well, that's good. It's a lot to get right on the first go. Well, my first go was at streaming were through the PlayStation 4 streaming thing. That was fun. No, that was a time ago. One day I might recreate the Mighty Number 9 stream just for giggles. Probably not though. I kinda don't want to play it again. Yeah, that's easy enough. Mind wander. I know. I won't. Let's play a Mega Man game. I do need to play Mega Man 11 still. I need to buy Mega Man 11 still. And then I need to play it. Or Shovel Knight. I do have a lot of Shovel Knight to get to. Quite a lot of Shovel Knight to get to. It's close enough, right? More or less. Shovel Knight kind of covers a lot of bases, really. Yeah, the driving is just quite pleasant in general. It's just a zen thing. I haven't played anything, but I feel like I'd probably quite enjoy shit like the Euro Truck simulators and so on. Just because it is just for the zen-ness of it. Steady on. So I have just not been paying attention to the map. Where am I? We're right here. Alright, we're just viewing it from an odd angle. Don't ask me how. That's not the stadium. That's... No, I read this wrong entirely. That's their farming games. Well, that is Greendale Sheriff Department. No, because Emily makes food? Oh, wait, no, she can't. Yes. Right. That's what threw me off. Where is... When you say you've been farming, you mean like the Harvest Moon sort of thing, or...?
Zach, there aren't many young women left in this town. Even Emily could be targeted next. We can't.
But yeah, that's basically the exact question. Like Farming Simulator or Harvest Moon?
Raincoat Killer ASAP.
Harvest Moon stuff, yeah, fair.
That means working closely together.
Waiting for
We can
like
work out the
the
Emily
first
situation
proper
later. Don't get me wrong.
story of seasons
I mean,
for
I'm not
Switch.
interested in
Rune
Emily
Factory
because
4 is
she's
soon.
female.
That's
I'm just saying
isn't
she's
it? It's still like
interesting.
this winter, isn't it?
You know, as in interesting.
I have that
person.
pre-ordered, the archival
But by
edition
looking
pre-ordered.
at her, she reminds me of something I used to feel. That's all. Like back
Does
when we
her
first
remind
met.
you of a warm, safe place?
You know, that feeling we all used to feel back when we were kids. Feeling safe and also feeling that need
I
to
might.
protect.
I
That
might
kind.
just.
But Zach, who made me feel that back then? Anyways, we're getting closer one step at a time to cracking this case. I have a feeling it's going to get tough.
I don't think you did, Anomaly, no. Like, you know, you can go for it. I'm just gonna borrow this one. It's less dinged up, has a full tank, I hope. Hell yeah. Anyway. Which of these arrows is? I'm pretty sure it's the one directly in front of us. It is indeed. Alright. Thought it occurs to me, actually.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
Back to the police station, because I think that has a weapon trunk. I'm gonna go deposit the regular SMG, so we have a free spot for the shotgun when I get it. Pretty sure it does anyway. Could be wrong on that. Nah, there we go. Well, I should probably change suit because this one's probably getting smelly. "10 minutes, I'll keep it short. Played Tree of Tranquility, The Tale of Two Times, and Island of Happiness. I don't think I played any of those ones, actually. The 3DS ones, I remember being interested in some of those, but never got around to it. Still wanted to give the Story of Seasons games on 3DS a whirl, because I've just been feeling the Harvest Moon. I'm hungry for a bit. But it's kind of like, that we did get that fucking Doraemon, like, tie-in one that's like a Story of Seasons, but with Doraemon, which was curious, but Harvest Moon 2 on Game Boy Color and a bit of the SNES one, though the latter was emulated. I would recommend the series. It's not particularly, like, complex or anything, but it's involved and rigorous enough, and quite charming. Shite ton of GVC too. What am I doing? Weapon. The official FBI submachine gun. Didn't even have marriage, and I never managed to get sheep. Oh. Oh. Rip. There are a lot of Harvest Moon games about the place I remember wanting to try. There was a PSP one I wanted to give a try at some point, but never got around to. In fact, I think there were multiple PSP ones. There's at least 2. I'm pretty sure both of them go out over here. Bit dirty. Let's get blue. Send this out for cleaning. It's the perfect suit for being cool. Thinking about it, I probably should have taken my medium first aid kit out to replace the one I used, but I don't think that level of fastidiousness is required for really any of the combat arenas. Alright, where'd you warp my car? Where did you? I guess it's stuck it down the back. Really like Tree of Tranquility. I kind of enjoyed Island of Happiness, even though I think it's very flawed. Disliked Tale of Two Towns, despite it being pretty amazing, at least in some aspects. That's nice and telling. That's right, didn't they announce... I just had the brain with it. I think it's Japan only right now. I will eventually get it, I presume. Friends of Mineral Town is getting like a fucking Switch remake, isn't it? I played the shit out of Friends of Mineral Town, because that was the Game Boy Advance one I had. That was like, I really liked that one. That was it's like definitive handheld Harvest Moon to me. Console Harvest Moon to me is A Wonderful Life, pretty through and through. Which had a lot of flaws, but also I just really liked it. It was nice and charming and played just well enough for what it had to be. Friends of Mineral Town, I think, is just legitimately good. And there were a lot of ideas in Harvest Moon DS I really liked. I'm trying to turn around and get onto those tracks. Harvest Moon, like, yeah, Harvest Moon DS, but Harvest Moon DS was fucked with a capital F. That was a glitchy ass game. Again, there were some things that did well, like the basic core gameplay loop was actually quite nice, and it had loads, and I do mean loads of little secrets and little, like, there's lots to do. It had like lots of things you could get and farm. Like, you fucking build like a mushroom shack and grow mushrooms in it. You get like fucking like 3 different kinds of bird, like a whole bunch of like barn animals, like cows, sheep, goats, horse. I think there's like another one I'm forgetting. What am I doing? Crops out the arse, there's like all kinds of upgrades. It had like this massive, this fucking like virtually endless, like randomly generated dungeon thing where you go in and fight like evil animals that are in the place of monsters and shit. It was like a prototype Rune Factory almost. Just with absolutely none of the RPG shit or actual combat system of Rune Factory or anything. It was just standard like 2D Harvest Moon gameplay, but you just used your tools on things walking at you. It was awkward, but they had some really rad stuff in that.
We can take a
There's
rest
a lot
if
of
you're
stuff I
tired.
loved conceptually, but it was a janky ass game. My favorite thing of Harvest Moon DS was that in winter, in the winter, just any day in winter, if you went to the beach and you fished in like the corner, I think it was, fished in the corner of the beach, pardon me, you would fish up like nothing. It would just be a blank. You want to talk about that? I thought we just going over. Oh no, yeah, no worries, I'm on my way. Thanks for coming out and watching the family. Enjoy your slumber. And good luck with your work. Hope you do get it all cleared up and just have some time for Christmas. Oh, our Rune Factory does does animals, as in they don't. You recruit monsters instead. Almost any in the game. But there's a lot of monsters that, a lot of them do produce some stuff. It's like these sheep monsters and things, isn't it? Alright.
Zach, did you want to go somewhere?
Yeah, like, Horseman DS.
That's fine by
If you went to the corner of the beach in winter and you fished, you would pull up in and like just blank like a nothing. It was like a glitched item. And once you did that, it broke like the bounds on your, like it increased your money and broke the bounds on it. So you would just suddenly have virtually infinite money just because you picked this thing up. And once you had virtually infinite money, you could make all your stuff out of like, you know, fucking golden lumber and, or not golden, like golden lumber was the most resilient, but if you made everything out of golden lumber, people hated you for showing off your wealth. There was another one that was equally good, but also didn't make people hate you for your wealth. I forget what it was. Stuff like that. It was also like after a point the game would just fuck itself, glitch out, and then you were just boned. There's one of
Nice shot. Amazing. Amazing. Nice shot. Nice shot. Amazing. Yes. Bullseye. Nice shot. Yes. Nice shot.
We kind of don't need to scoop all this up now. I think that was everyone. Nope.
Nice shot.
Now let's go straight in the toolbox. This is a detail I like, the whole fire story.
Amazing. Yes.
Ones on fire are basically like, you know, already dying essentially, so just shooting them anywhere and basically a kill.
Nice shot. Yes.
Also the train carriages. Toolbox that. Well, we can't toolbox that, so I'm not going to pick it up because we only have 4 slots. I need to use one of them here.
Great. Bullseye. Bullseye. Great. Amazing. Yes. Nice shot. Great. Amazing. Bullseye. Bullseye. Great.
I kind of wish he just said bullseye for every single individual shot that landed.
Bullseye.
Just, yeah, they just repeat it over itself. That would just be horizontal.
Amazing. Great. Nice shot.
Turkey sandwich. You can only carry one of those, so I'm box though. Yeah. Friends of Mineral Town getting its remake is gonna be sick. I hope that comes over here like next year. In fairly short order. I don't think it's out in Japan yet. That'll just be all over that. That'll just be gone. Oh my god, but that will just be me sunk into that for a while. Here we go. Probably should honestly just bust the pistol out for this, but yeah. Fair Noct was talking about how if you can actually land the shot, it is better. Yeah, it is. Landing the shot is the thing. Well, guess the attack hadn't finished yet. Hang on a second. Ow, my eye. Why are you itching? Something like irritating me. Give me a second. Alright. Will you stop? Doing the attack on the walls anymore. You're getting a lot of these out. This is an especially beefy one. Or maybe it is the submachine gun. Stop putting it away, you madman. I'm pretty sure once you hit B, you are basically immune to it, but I don't want to test that claim at any point. There we go. It's gonna be like another one, maybe two, if I remember right. No, the door's right there. Should only be one more then. But you know how it goes. This area does do the interesting thing. Like, these things are harder to see in their invisible form because of the fog and all. But not too much harder. Thanks, York. Fucking come on, you. Sorry, doing that to keep him from putting the gun away. This front line, logistics has ended. Get down away, York. God damn you, York. You stop with your fence. Come on. Oh, shotgun. Torch, I just realized? Is that what it is? I didn't notice that before. Maybe he's channeling the torch on her, makes her stagger? It does. I never realized that before. I think it is. That would explain why some of the fights I had on 360 were so fucking miserable. A sword. Full-on katana, but that will have to wait.
Yeah, me. Great. Yes, yes. Yeah. Bullseye. Great. Great. Mace, yes. Maple's great. Maple's great. Yes.
It was kind of
yeah, great. Maple's amazing.
Maybe if I do manage to pull off a big long string of headshots only with this, we can get him to.
Great. Yes, bullseye.
Sort of.
Bullseye.
Yeah, there's the second one. Magnum bullets. As ever, the Magnum is like a really good handgun. It's not as... It is like considerably stronger than your handgun, obviously. But it's not like the... It's not like the Godslayer the Resident Evil Magnums are.
Nice shot.
Steady on, right? Oh, the camera. mistaken. Maybe I'll pop that eye. Oh, well, you lose a bit anyway, get back right. Come on, get between them. Why? Don't tell me I've trapped myself in here for my greed. I think I have. God damn it. Why? You staggered in it, you can stagger back out, surely. I was like, oh, it'll probably take a wee bit of damage, but that looked like a medium health kit, and I was like, oh, go and grab it. That's more shotgun shells. Damn it. I'm gonna have to burn another one. Patch up my bullshit. This is not something you should have trouble with, really. You should easily be able to jump over this without an issue. Is it the angle? Camera, please. I may have actually fucked myself. I think I have just straight up fucked myself. Yeah. Yeah, just take the L and die. No jump button or anything, no. You won't activate a quick time to jump over it. That's the only time you can roll. So I guess this is what death looks like. I think I might have to do the entire thing over again. And, you know, punishment for my hubris and all that. Yeah. Why did you spawn me here? Oh, the hospital, right. I don't know what the purple arrow was for. I'm pretty sure you can buy more med shit here. Maybe. We can. Good. Fuck it, might as well. American healthcare at work, $740 for 4 boxes of bandages, but $760 for an actual med kit. Anyway, let's go try that again. I mean, this time I won't be an idiot. Oh no, the purple arrow, remember, no, that's for replaying, you do that to replay, the hell level in that location. some places also just have their own hell level, but have their hell level challenges and actually part of the story. Pardon me. This is the one. No, that's the Cope's Tunnel one. Well, we're miles out. I might as well get it while I'm here tonight anyway. Wrong button. Is that your way, Hammer? No worries. I think I will actually just. It's shocking to wait till next time. I suppose it could, yeah. It is. We're at midnight now. I suppose it could. It can. Wait till next time. Hello, my son. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. Well, I'll just do that next time. Fuck it. If I wasn't an idiot, we'd have both now. I might even, because the base basically more the same thing, I might even just go back and grab it off stream. And, you know, we'll just start next time with both. But yeah, because it's just more. It's just like another arena after that. Because you've basically seen the whole thing. Yeah. So thanks for coming out, and thanks for watching. Today's Tuesday. Right. Yeah, Tuesday. So next stream might be Thursday, and there might be something on Friday. Or something like, well, like a break from Deadly Premonition on Friday. Could be one tomorrow, it depends on when I ask about. I don't know why I'm trying to hide it. It's just habit, because it's like, oh, you got things to teach. Basically, like, I'm either with Chris or we're with David, one of the two. I know I'm going to be playing the new Monster Hunter World Siege with David on Friday. I don't know if he wants a stream mode of it or not. Probably. So basically, I'll see if he asks if there is one. If he does, then yeah, we'll do it that way. If not, I'll probably just play it offline with him. I'll ask Chris if he wants to do it, but he might not. So we'll see. We'll find one way or the other. And that'll probably be another little split from Deadly Premonition. If not, then yeah, like Thursday night Deadly Premonition, basically. Or Saturday. Most likely Thursday, actually. Saturday I'll be doing antics. So, yeah. Or maybe I could do the antics on Thursday. I'll let you know on Twitter. Basically, Thursday, this weekend, at some point, there will be Monster Hunter and or more Deadly Premonition. So, yeah. Good night. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching, and sleep well.